Here's what's really going on that you are not told. Your focus is creating your life, but you're ignoring this one simple part. You see, we have all been focusing on the wrong things in life, and we will continue to get the same results as long as we remain focused on the things that got us here. So the question is, what exactly are we missing? What is this one part that most people are ignoring? And why does it matter so much? You see, our thoughts are like little seeds that get planted into our minds. If we plant a seed of fear, doubt, or worry, then we will tend to our worry garden, and it will grow and grow until it becomes a huge part of our lives. However, if we choose to plant a seed of belief, hope, and positivity, then we can tend to our garden of dreams and watch it flourish into reality. As human beings, we have the ability to shape our own destinies. We have the power to create the life that we want, to manifest our dreams into reality. But many of us are held back by our own negative thoughts and beliefs. We sabotage ourselves before even giving ourselves a chance at success because we don't believe that we deserve it. We are our own worst enemy. Think about the times when you had an important presentation or a job interview coming up, and you start feeling nervous and anxious. Your mind starts racing and you begin to doubt yourself. Suddenly, you're thinking of all the possible ways that things could go wrong. And before you know it, you've convinced yourself that you're not going to get the job or that you're going to mess up the presentation. These thoughts become self-fulfilling prophecies, and we end up creating our own failure. We need to start paying attention to the thoughts that we are feeding our minds. We need to be aware of the stories that we are telling ourselves, because they become our reality. The first step towards creating the life that we want is to become aware of the thoughts that we are focusing on. We need to identify the negative thought patterns and beliefs that are holding us back and replace them with positive affirmations and empowering beliefs. It's not always easy, but it is possible. One way to do this is to start a gratitude journal where you write down every day all the things that you are grateful for. This helps shift your focus from lack and limitation to abundance and possibility. Another technique is to use positive affirmations. By repeating positive statements over and over again, you can start to reprogram your subconscious mind and break through your limiting beliefs. For example, if you want to start a business but you keep telling yourself that you're not good enough or that you'll never succeed, then start repeating an affirmation like, "I am a successful entrepreneur," or "My business is thriving." The third step is to take action. Once you've identified the thoughts that you need to change and you've started practicing positive affirmations, it's time to take action. Don't wait around for things to happen. Make things happen. Start taking small steps towards your goals and dreams. And as you take action, you'll start seeing results. And these results will fuel your motivation to keep going. If you want to be successful, then you need to start thinking like a winner. You need to believe in yourself and your abilities. You need to have a positive mindset and a can-do attitude. It's not always easy, but it is possible. With the right mindset, anything is possible. We often find ourselves stuck in a rut, feeling like we're not making any progress in life. We look at other people who seem to be more successful than us and wonder what they know that we do not. The truth is that everyone's journey is different, and there is no one-size-fits-all approach to success. However, there are some common habits and behaviors that successful people engage in that we can learn from. One of the most important things that successful people do is that they focus on the big picture. They have a clear vision of what they want to achieve, and they work backwards from there. This means that they set long-term goals and then break them down into smaller, more achievable steps. By having a clear vision and a plan to get there, they are able to stay motivated and focused even when things get tough. Another thing that successful people do is that they take calculated risks. They are not afraid of failure because they see it as a learning opportunity. Instead of letting fear hold them back, they embrace the unknown and are willing to step outside of their comfort zone. This allows them to explore new possibilities and pursue their dreams without regrets. Successful people also prioritize their mental health and well-being. They understand the importance of taking care of themselves physically and emotionally in order to perform at their best. They make time for activities that help them relax and recharge, such as exercise, meditation, or spending time in nature. By taking care of themselves, they are able to maintain a positive mindset and approach challenges with a clear and focused mind. Finally, successful people cultivate a growth mindset. They believe that they can improve their skills and abilities through hard work and dedication. They are open to feedback and are willing to learn from their mistakes. By adopting a growth mindset, they are able to overcome challenges and setbacks and use them as opportunities to grow and evolve. So, if you feel like you're stuck in a rut, ask yourself, are you focusing on the big picture? Are you taking calculated risks? Are you prioritizing your mental health and well-being? And do you have a growth mindset? By adopting the habits and behaviors of successful people, you can set yourself up for success and achieve your dreams. Remember, success is not a destination, it's a journey, and with the right mindset and habits, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. We must understand that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we react to those events. Our focus determines whether we view these events as opportunities for growth or as obstacles that hold us back. When we choose to focus on the positive, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities and potential. We become more resilient in the face of adversity and better equipped to handle whatever life throws our way. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind and lose sight of the bigger picture. We become so focused on the small details and minor setbacks that we forget about our long-term goals and aspirations. However, when we take a step back and zoom out, we can see that our current struggles are just small blips on the radar of our lives. They are temporary, and they do not define our entire story. By focusing on the big picture, we can gain a sense of perspective and remind ourselves that the current difficulties we are facing are not insurmountable. We can also use this perspective to motivate ourselves to take action. When we zoom out, we can see that our current situation is just a small snapshot in time. It is not the whole story. We have the power to change our circumstances and create the life that we want. For example, imagine that you are stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. In the moment, it feels incredibly frustrating. You start to get angry and stressed. However, if you take a step back and zoom out, you might realize that being stuck in traffic is not the end of the world. Yes, it's annoying, but it's not dangerous. You're not in danger. You're not going to die. And in the grand scheme of things, this minor inconvenience is not going to have a significant impact on your life. In fact, this moment of being stuck in traffic might be the perfect opportunity for you to practice some deep breathing exercises, to listen to a podcast episode that you've been meaning to get to, or to make a phone call to a loved one. When we choose to focus on the positive aspects of a situation, we can turn a negative experience into a positive one. We become more resilient and better equipped to handle whatever life throws our way. So the next time you find yourself getting caught up in the day-to-day grind, take a step back and zoom out. Remind yourself that the current difficulties you are facing are not the whole story. You have the power to change your circumstances and create the life that you want. And with the right mindset and habits, you can achieve anything you set your mind to.